I would like to acknowledge that we live, cook, play, work here on the land of the Secwepemc, Ktunaxa, Sinixt, and Syilx people. Today I'm going to be baking some bannock to go with our leek and potato soup. So to start off, I have all of my dry ingredients here in the bowl, which is 4 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, there's a pinch of salt. So if you pick up one of the bags here from us at the food center, all your dry goods have been pre-mixed into a little bag for you. If not, you'll have a recipe card or you'll receive the recipe and it's gonna have all of the proportions of dry things you're adding together. So I've got those things here. You wanna just do a good whisk because there's nothing worse than biting into a pocket of baking soda. I think that's true torture. So it's all mixed up here. And we've got our butter that I have sort of all cut up into tiny little bits and pieces here. You could use shortening. I'm gonna be using butter today. And I'm going to just toss that all in here. And then I'm gonna use my fingers for this next part. Woohoo, fingers, fun. So you kind of want to have cool hands and cool butter. It's just gonna give you a flakier, yummier product at the end. So I'm doing this like funny thing here where I've got my hands kind of coated in flour. I'm picking up the chunks and I'm flattening them out into little bits here. Bits and pieces. So bannock is kind of like a bread that you can bake it in the oven, you can fry it on the stove in a frying pan. The way I've had bannock most often has been on canoe trips in Algonquin, where I grew up in Ontario, and we would go on these beautiful canoe trips in school, and we would bake bannock every day and have bannock and jam at the end of our paddle. And it's such a beautiful way to eat something delicious and warm outside and filling after all that hard work. So lovely and special that I got to do that. If you've never gone on a canoe trip, I suggest that you try to get out there. It's magical. So I'm doing this funny little butter movement here, and I'm going to keep doing that until the butter is all broken up and I don't have any more big chunks. So if you were to do this with some shortening, it would break down probably faster than the butter into little bits. And you want to do this until you have kind of like a sandy, cornmeal-y texture. We're getting there. Do, 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 do. This is probably super interesting to watch me do. I hope that you're also doing it alongside with me, so you're not just, or skip over this part maybe. Okay, we're getting there. This is the exact same thing you do when you make a pie crust, which is one of my favorite things to make. Another technique you can do is you actually freeze your little chunk of butter, oopsie, and then you grate it with a cheese grater, and that gives you really cold, perfect, tender little flakes. And that is how I make my award-winning pie crust. Just kidding, I've never won any awards for it, but you know, you have to have aspirations, right? Okay, so I think we're almost there. We've got our butter into some nice looking little flakies. Oh, there's still some chunks, but okay, we're gonna call it at that. And the next step, I forgot to get a spoon. I'll be right back, I'm grabbing a spoon. Spoon. Okay, so this guy's looking all finished off. Here I have 2 cups of water with 1 egg cracked in it. If you have some milk at home, you could do 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of water, and an egg. all scrambled up there. Going with water, again, simplicity's sake. It's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be totally delicious. And I'm gonna start with about half of this and just see where that gets me in terms of my texture. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add another slosh. This is gonna be delicious. Okay. So, this guy's almost good to go. Okay. We're gonna call that a dough there. We're gonna call that a dough. We're gonna call that a day. Okay, so we got a nice looking dough. If you wanted to knead it a little, you could, but I think I'm just gonna leave it at this. It's looking like it's all come together nicely. And I'm actually gonna bake my bannock because I have the choice. This is gonna be a little bit quicker for me in terms of cleanup because today I'm making a whole bunch of food here at the food center. So I'm gonna pop it in the oven. My hands nice and doughy here, and I've popped this little guy into an 8 by 11 inch 8 by 9 inch little pan. I greased it up with some oil. You could put these in muffin tins, you could put this on a cookie sheet, or you could fry it up in a pan. This is crazy. You could fry it up in a pan like pancake. You could break these little pieces off into some little dough bits and fry them up in some oil on sort of like medium high heat and get yourself some nice little chunks. Or you could fry the whole thing in a frying pan and make yourself like a big beautiful bannock loaf. It's going to require some flipping. That's probably going to need a little bit of, you might need some assistance with that. I like to have a second hand on deck when I do a big flip. But I'm going to go in with this simple oven method. I'm going to bake it at 350 and I will check it in about 20 minutes. So I'll see you guys then. Hello, welcome back. So I've got my bannock here. It's freshly out of the oven. That really nice golden color on it there. I ended up cooking it quite a lot longer than 20 minutes, so it was closer to 40 minutes. And we have this beautiful texture inside here. It's sort of almost like flaky looking, totally delicious. So I am gonna sample our product today. We've got this leek and potato soup, rustic Michaela style with the coconut milk in there. And then we've got some nice pieces of bannock. So I'll taste the soup first. Perfect. Totally delicious. Let's see how this is. This is perfect. A delicious dinner, a delicious lunch. Very easy to make. Not too many appliances or tools involved. Highly recommend. Delicious winter food. If you like this video, comment below. There'll be more Kids Club videos to come in the future. We try to put one out every month. Fun, easy to follow recipes for kids. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the School District 8 Aboriginal Education team for asking me to do this fun video. I hope everybody has a great time with the fitness challenge that they're putting on for you. Drop it like a squat. That was a weird little squat I did. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.